Hello and welcome back to the training. So in this video, we've now went ahead and we've scraped up all of the actual prospects, so the websites that we're going to be scraping the emails from. So the next piece was we covered the proxies. Now we're going to go ahead and start implementing the scrape within the email scraping tool. So what you'll want to do is again open up the premium email scraper. So we will go ahead and open this up. And then what I utilize is the second option. If you come over to this next section here, it's called crawl loaded list. It's the second section. So if you click on that button, what you'll want to do then is scroll, look down to the bottom here. It says load URLs. It's down here. It's right here. So click on load URLs. So load URLs from file. All right. So if you've been following the training so far, it's in a text file. It already has the HTTP. So now you're ready for upload. So what we're going to do is load URLs from a file. You'll want to grab that text file that we've created together or that you've created. And then for this one, it's going to be, let me find it, lawyer lead list for email scrape. So bada bing and bada boom. We're going to go ahead and upload that. So as you can see here, we have all of our URLs are loaded here. So 15,099 URLs. Now, I want to go ahead and mention this to you because what we're going to do is start sorting the options. So if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen now, down here, there's a section or a tab that's called options. So go ahead and click on that and a window will pop up. Now, inside this window, depending on your system, your machine, your VPS, however you're running this particular software, is going to be greatly dependent upon how many threads you want to go ahead and use. So for myself, I'm going to be using 30 threads. All right. Now, if you're utilizing the free proxies, you might want to put a delay. But since I'm using a more premium proxy, I'm not going to have a delay. How many levels deep do you want to search? You know, if I'm going to use the first level, this is what's recommended usually. Because if you get into these deeper levels, it's usually everything's found within level 1 or level 2. All right. But for this, just for speed, we're going to go level 1. Connection timeout. Again, this is going to be greatly dependent upon the proxies that you're using. I'm going to do 15 seconds, even though I don't think that that's necessary. If you're using free proxies, I would go to the maximum, which is 30. But for what I'm using, I'm going to do 15. Again, the proxy section is here. So within this tool, within the crawl the loaded list section, inside the options down in the right-hand corner, you will want to put in your proxies. So I put in my 5 ports that I'm using for the residential rotating. I just added those in here. Inside of here, you can search for any of the words. So search only in pages with separated words by a comma. So all of the words, none of the words. Okay. Ignore emails when the separated right. So you can grab only when the separated right. So you can add whatever you want here. Okay. So, but for me, I'm searching for emails. All right. So the only thing I'm going to do is load those things in there. And then I'm going to just go ahead and fire this baby up. I'm just going to double check everything. Everything looks good. And then what I'm going to do is just hit start. And I'm going to let this process and start running. Now, if you start seeing errors, okay, over here in the status bar, over here, you're going to see some errors. But if it's just error, it's probably due to a proxy error, okay? Like if it's all errors, if it's timeouts, it's generally 99.9% of the time, it's due to either A, the proxies, or B, it's going to be because you have security protection on your machine. So if you're utilizing Windows, there's 2 things that you can do. So the first and the easiest and the fastest thing, which is what I did, is I went over to my control panel inside of Windows. I went to System and Security. I went to Windows Defender Firewall, and I shut off the security. Now, if you want to take it a step further, maybe you don't want to shut your security off for a brief time while you're running the tool, then what you can do is kind of the same thing. See this top button here, control panel, allow an app or feature through. If you click on this, you can actually change the settings okay? And you can allow an app, and then you have to browse, and then find scrapebox wherever it's at. So for me, scrapebox, we'll go down in here. Here's scrapebox.exe. I've already added these two, okay? So you can add in scrapebox, click add, but it's already in my list of exceptions. So you want to do the scrapebox exe, and then you want to do your email scraper exe. So make an exception for those two programs because you want them to run, okay? And then also turn off your security if you're getting errors, okay? Because I ran into this issue myself. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this particular video. That pretty much wraps it up. This is how you go about scraping emails. We've already extracted 246 emails. As you can see, they're starting to gather here. What I'll do in the next video is I'll walk you through where they go, which is very easy, or I can just add that into here actually. Let's do that together now. So what you'll do is when this is done, let's just say stop, okay, because I'll turn this on overnight. Once this is done, the feature down here in the bottom right hand corner, it should turn on once all these connections close down. And all you'll do is you'll export this file to a text file onto your machine, onto your desktop. Once that's done, you should run it through an email verification. So that way you can limit the amount of bounces that you're going to get. All right. At the time of this recording, there's a deal out there, but it's probably going to be gone by the time you see this, so I won't mention it, but it's an email validation tool. So we'll click on export and then save all emails to a text file. All right. Then just save them to your desktop, and then we're going to check the emails together. All right. So that's going to wrap it up. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll see you then.